With so much to see, it surprises me that most tourists arrive in Bhutan on a tight schedule, going only as far as Punakha and then doubling back to Paro, to the only airport in the country. According to the Ministry of Tourism, the average stay in Bhutan is just 5 days. Only 2,000 of the 20,000 tourists that visited Bhutan in 2007 went as far as the Bumtang Valley. Fewer still, just 200 or so, went beyond Bumtang and exited into northern India. So we have arranged a cross-country tour for intrepid travelers who enjoy the road less traveled. You will visit all of the places you have seen in the previous slideshows, including Tiger's Nest, Thimphu, Ugan Choling, Punakha, and all the rest. But then we go beyond Bumtang to the far eastern side of Bhutan, where tourists are a rarity. We drive in cars, not a bus, all the way to Mongar and Trashigang, and then exit to the south by crossing over into India to fly out of Guwahati Airport. Since this tour does not visit a formal festival, we make up for it, and then some, by having our own mini-festivals in Ugan Choling and Trashigang. The photo ops here are incredible because you will have access to dressing rooms, you can take pictures in temples, and you can set up your own tripod on the cobblestones to get close-ups of the dancers. Nowhere else is this allowed, so your images will be very unique. The cultural exchanges are very rewarding too, when you are invited into farmhouses for serendipitous photo ops. The highlight of your tour is a special and unique day-long meeting with the Brokpa people of Mirak and Saktan. Let me tell you why this day is unique and how we have arranged to be the only foreigners who are allowed access to a culture that has remained unchanged for centuries. When Bhutan first modernized in the 1970s, one area was chosen to be kept off limits to foreign visitors in an effort to keep the 3,000 yak herders who live there locked in a cultural museum. The Brokpa people of Saktan and Mirak, two valleys in far eastern Bhutan almost to the Indian border, are still today cut off from modernization and tourism dollars by government policies that restrict visitors to just a few anthropologists. There are no roads or electricity, and it's a 2-day trek through high mountain passes to get there. But now, thanks to our many years of developing contacts and making friends in Bhutan, our tour, and only our tour, can participate in cultural exchanges with these gentle and shy nomads. We have arranged for 20 Brokpas and their children to make the trek from their home and meet us at a small temple in a tiny village in Trashigang, where they will perform a unique mini-festival just for our photographers. May of 2008 was the very first time that many of these people met with foreigners, our photography tour. The photo ops were incredible, as you can see by these images. Where else could you hope to gain access to festival dressing rooms or go out on the cobblestones for close-ups of festival dancers? We were treated like royalty and presented with traditional gifts of homemade liquor called ara and a huge red cloth bag of rice. We reciprocated with 2 cases of Red Panda beer, something the Brokpas relish but don't usually bring back to their village because of the weight. We also brought gifts of silk ribbon, scissors, and embroidery needles for their weavings, and red Tibetan coral beads for their traditional necklaces. But most importantly, because they live in a barter system and don't have a source of cash, we paid them well for their trouble and spent tourist dollars buying some incredible souvenirs found nowhere else in the world, like yak wool tunics, hand-woven baby carriers, and even a few of their spider hats, which are intended to keep the rain off of the head by channeling the water to the tips. In the 3 days surrounding this event, we venture out for photo ops, visit area landmarks, and have lots of cultural exchanges. We stay at a very charming Bhutanese guest house with all the modern conveniences, including electricity to charge batteries and very wholesome food. It overlooks the Zong and evening sunset views from the porch, with drinks and snacks before dinner, is a favorite time of day. After our stay in Tashigang, we spend the last day driving south to the Bhutanese border town of Sandrukjankar, spend one night there, and then drive 2 hours through India to the Guwahati airport and our flight back to Bangkok. The cross-country photographer's tour to Bhutan is a one-of-a-kind adventure of a lifetime. The itinerary has no equal, not even close. If you want to get images of the authentic Bhutan before it fades into the fog of globalization, then go to rainbowphototours.com and click on reservations. This is Robin Smiley, and I look forward to meeting you in the Bangkok airport for our flight to Bhutan.